Well, hello everybody. Welcome to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy and Tarot. My name is Kirsten, and I have another, you know what, Trump-related reading for you guys. Today I'm using the Tarot Illuminati for the main part, or the tarot portion of the reading, and the La Vera Sibilla as my clarifiers, okay? I find La Vera Sibilla to be strong energies to read. They're very severe, but they're pretty accurate, but they're harder to read because they're so severe it's hard to accept sometimes. The revelations of the Sibilla. Revelation, speaking of revelation, we got the Revelation card, the Tower, in the layout today. For the events that are affecting Trump and the collective this week of October 11th through, let's say, the 20th. So we'll give it about 9 days, but give or take a week or two. These readings can play out like that in real time, and they can play out over the time frame that I've allotted, or beyond that by a week or two, okay? So make sure to always check back and watch again and see how the energies play out. I read in layers, and each card can mean many different things. So try to follow me. I try to organize my thoughts prior to recording the video so that you guys can get a visual as I'm giving you information, as you can get a visual what this might be applying to, all right? Because I'm just telling you what the energy is and how it might play out in the physical form could have, you know, could play out in different ways for different energies involved in different degrees. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, and that so you pay close attention to how I say it and when I say it. And please watch the video again. So let's get started. We have the Ten of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hangman, and the Tower both fell out as outcome energies. So in this first corner, this represents events that might be affecting the collective and Trump this week, October 11th through the 20th. We've got the Ten of Swords. In general, this card represents ruin, great suffering, illness, pain, death, endings, and betrayals. Betrayals due to backstabbing and utter ruthlessness and murder. So these are the events affecting the American collective this week, the theme of what we're going through. So this is a time of excruciating pain and loss and suffering. Because it's a 10, it means that this cycle is about to come to an end. We're nearing the completion, but we're still in the throes of great pain, right? I guess the good news is it's almost over. It's almost over. We're almost there. They can only throw so much at me before you're going to have to put a fork in me, Jerry. I'm done. Hopefully, we as a nation and a people will survive this time, but we may not. I'm going to be straight with you guys. These are some scary cards here. So if you're not in the mood to be alarmed, you may want to You may want to skip this reading. Okay. We may survive this time, and we may not. It's not over yet. We're almost there. We're in a critical place, in a great time of danger. And the suspense is killing me, because we might lose it all. Everything. Our way of life. Everything that we've known and understood to be American. Gone. Because of this crazy person. It's all at jeopardy. It's all in jeopardy. So the cards are giving me a prediction here. It's saying that it's not over. We're in a critical place. This is a time of great danger, a time where we could lose it all. And that prediction can apply to Trump, and it can apply to the whole country as a collective, okay? It's probably both, because Trump is so linked to America's karma. I mean, I wish I was more adept and could go deeper. I guess I could try, but probably have to do some deep meditation as to how Trump is linked to America's karma. But the two are so intertwined. It's part of the deal, I'm being told. It was part of the deal. And now it's time to pay up. But I'm jumping ahead. What we are going through as a country, as a nation, is part of our karma, America's karma. But it's also part of Trump's karma. 2. The cards are telling me it's all linked and intertwined, and it's planetary as well, meaning it's written in our destiny and in our fate. The fate of America, it's part of the deal, it's part of the contract. It was written in the fate that we would have to go through this right now. You might say that these are the end times, the Ten of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, that we are in, right? That's crazy, man. The end times. You know the story of the end times, right? It's in the book of Revelation, where the Antichrist comes to the earth and wreaks havoc. Dear God, I think it said for 7.5 years. So that part scares the F out of me. And we near annihilation, right? And it's like this summation of greed and evil that just blows up. And, the world goes through severe changes and ups and downs and devastating disasters and plagues and earthquakes and earth changes and wars. You heard the story of the end times. Those crazy old stories of the end times. Guess what, folks? This is it. And yes, I do have a little bit of sake in my fruit punch. But that's what I see here. End times. It was written in the contract. And it's part of the karma. Did I ask you to subscribe to my channel yet? Please subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you like my readings. And Share these videos with your friends so that ask them to please subscribe and help me grow my channel. If you'd like to support this channel, you can become a Patreon subscriber. There's a link in the description box below. Also a link to my homepage where you can find a donate button where you can donate to the channel at your leisure. I thank you to everyone who's supported. Thank you everyone for all of your good wishes. Love and support for my dad. My dad is still in the hospital as of today, but he will be let out soon, so that means he's past his critical time. He's still going to be in quarantine at his nursing home for another couple of weeks, but they're going to keep a close eye on, we're all going to keep a close eye on him, and thank you everyone for all of your prayers and light. I felt it, he felt it, and I thank you so much. Thank you. All right, let's get back to the story. When I get into a story, that's all I can think about, but I'm glad that I remembered to thank you all for my dad, for your loving prayers for my dad. Thank you. I'll never forget it. Okay. Where was I? People are going to be talking about end times, prophecies, and all stuff like that, you know, because shit is crazy right now. And it's pretty much out of our control, Wheel of Fortune. All we can do is ride this time out the best that we can. And since the wheel is in Trump's position, it's telling me that he's extremely out of control right now. I mean, unpredictable. I had predicted that he was going to release aid after his corona scare, which he went to do, and then he flipped the script and put an end to it. And then I guess he's talking about it again. So, which surprised me all day. I was like, how did he? Because when I heard that he had put an end to the talks, I was like, man, I said he was going to release aid. And I saw him releasing aid. And then he changed his mind. And then he changed his mind again. So that's where Trump is at. It's like the cards are even saying they can't predict this crazy motherfucker right now. He's out of control and unpredictable energy. So there's no telling what Trump might do or could do in these end times before the end of the election. Maybe that's just what it's saying. But I'm seeing a sudden attack, betrayal, reversal of fortune, for Trump or for the collective or both. This Six of Pentacles here and the Mercante, which clarifies it. Talks about foreign and domestic energies. Okay, the reason why I say foreign energies is because everyone here is Asian. I'm not Asian, so I would think of Asian people as foreign to me. But also the Mercante, when he's reversed, can represent, even when he's upright, he can represent things coming from overseas, from foreign places. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, burning some incense, getting stuck in my throat. But here in this challenging position, right, what may be, in a sense, part of the cause of these end times that we are facing and all the criticalness that we are facing, and it's all reaching this mass that we are facing, part of that cause could be what's in this energy here, the Six of Pentacles, the Mercante, as well as Trump's energy here, which is this wheel, unpredictable energy, and the sick man energy reversed. So the Six of Pentacles and the Mercante reverse, this may involve foreign and domestic energies, ruthless energies, energies that use brute force, blackmail, coercion, threats, and terror. So terrorist attacks. Terrorist attack energy is in the cards. And this energy, this terrorist attack energy, these threats or attacks, which are possibilities at this point, are coming from both foreign and domestic places. And something is about to pop off, go off, explode. It's going to happen soon and suddenly and swiftly out of the blue, right? All sudden. Could be 3 things. Could be more than one thing that happens. Maybe from different angles, from different areas. And this could be anything. The tower can represent a big drastic change. It can represent an explosion. It can represent a firing. It can represent some kind of a disaster or crumbling or crash. It can represent an eye-opening revelation. So I feel like whatever this is, it's going to be a big hit. We'll take a big hit. Trump will take a big hit. We will take a big hit. It's going to do a lot of damage to both Trump and America. It'll be the cause of great havoc, disruption, and more pain for all of us. And I'm also seeing big loss of the elderly. Maybe there's going to be some numbers coming out about how many of our senior citizens have passed away due to this corona. We could be talking about that this week. 10 of Swords. And when I say that, I mean like in the news. You might hear talk of all that. So the 10 of Swords and the Hangman here, these 2 energies here is telling me that someone is feeling powerless, like a victim of circumstance, or like the victim of situations that are out of their control, deals and negotiations that are out of their control, and attacks from greedy men and greedy people who are of the lowest vibration. So we're feeling this way. This is representing our emotions and thoughts as well as Trump's emotions and thoughts. Believe it or not, Trump feels like a victim. Trump is proclaiming himself to be a victim or a martyr of some kind. This represents poor me energy. He's saying or telling us, or telling his people, his believers, that he suffered so much and they're trying to bring me down. They're trying to kill me. They're trying to end this thing that we've been creating, right? And so he's getting in their heads. So I'm feeling like Trump is he's intertwined. It's all linked. But Trump's karma and and our karma is what's causing all of this. Everything, including the natural, everything. It's all written. It's all in our fate. And it's time now. It's time we have to go through this. Boy, this is an extreme reading. Okay, but that's what I'm getting. So that's what I have to deliver. Trump is the cause of these events. He's the cause of these end times. And so is this exterior energy to Trump, right? It's all connected and it's all linked. Karmically, by contract or deal. The Six of Pentacles talks about deals, foreign deals. It talks about giving aid and charity and relief to those who are sick and in need or on the street. It talks about funding and patrons, foreign funding, and black money. It talks about a blackmail or being blackmailed. It talks about corrupt leaders from foreign nations, right? And I feel like these energies are what's involved with the rise and the fall, or the cause of the rise and the fall of Trump's energy, or this crazy man, which I could even see a little bit of Kanye West here, but we're going to just leave that one narcissist at a time. One crazy narcissist at a time. Okay, this is Trump's reading. Shit. Sorry, I had to tell Kanye to back off. The Six of Pentacles is a card of payback. Okay, it's time to get paid. I did this for you. Now you need to pay me what we agreed. I feel like this energy is representing a person. It could be many different men, but one in particular is Putin. But I'm also seeing Mnuchin and McConnell, the communist Chinese president. I said Putin, right? He was the first one I said. It could be someone else. Whoever this is, this person has made a dirty deal in the past, and it's linked with Trump and his peoples. These dirty deals or loans were made. They did their part. Now they want payback. They want to get paid whatever was the agreement was in regards to. And they're going to get their payback. These cards are telling me, right? They're going to get paid. And someone has hands out, they're begging, they're in need. That's probably the airlines. I wanted to see more about the airlines in this reading, but I just see their hands out here. I'm going to have to throw a card at the end to see if they actually end up getting paid. Maybe they do. I think I just answered my own question. So I think there is some sort of aid that's going to be coming to the airlines, but I don't necessarily see corona relief aid coming to the people, okay? And we'll get to how I come to that conclusion, or maybe you'll hear it in, my rendition. Okay, so where was I? This is someone who's made dirty deals in the past, and now they want payback, right? We're talking in levels and layers here right now in many different ways that this is going to play out. Whoever this is, they're getting their payback. And I see stalling and corruption involved in deals. The deals that are being made and the deals that were made in the past. Stalling and corruption involved in the payback of these deals, right? The corona relief bailout for the country, I feel, is going to be stalled. There's some sort of pause or wait. And I feel like I just intuitively was told the airlines, because I had wanted to know, although the cards didn't specifically tell me, I just feel intuitively that they will get a bailout. The airlines will get some kind of bailout. I may want to confirm that at the end with one more card, okay? Because I'm unsure now. So these energies, these deals, these people that I mentioned, these and their countries that they represent, are all part of the cause too of what's going on, right? the critical mass crisis that we're facing, which includes corona. Okay, China is the cause of the corona. Yeah, they created it, but I feel like Putin and maybe even Trump perpetuated it. You know, I feel like there's something going on here. That involves all three parties: China, Russia, and America. When I say America, I mean Trump, because he doesn't represent America to me. He's just the face of it right now. Am I recording? Okay. Let's make sure I was still recording. I've gotten off track, but let me get back on track. We are facing imminent dangers, and these energies are part of the cause of that. Okay, this, and it's all linked to Trump. So the Six of Pentacles is a deal, or it's a money exchange. It could even be a contract, legal contracts. Next to Mercante reverse, it's a bad contract, like a non-disclosure agreement. So we're talking about that here, and that's challenging Trump. So Trump will be challenged on some non-disclosure agreements. Why the non-disclosure agreements? I guess that's going to be a big issue this week. I'm also seeing money passing hands. Between Trump and these foreign energies. It's dirty money. It's mishandled and underhanded. The deal was, someone is saying, the deal was, I think this guy is saying to Trump, the deal was, and this could be anyone. This could be someone of some station and status in life, all right, who's corrupt. The deal was, I give you my support, I give you what you need, and you give me what I need. Now, give me what I motherfucking need. So Putin or someone else is putting the pimp hand down, putting the pressure on to Trump for what they need, for their payback. But it's not only this man. This Mercante is also representing loan sharks or banks, funding lenders. So he's there. Oh my goodness. They want their pay. They want their money. They're calling in their loans. They're calling in, the final terms of the agreement before it's all over. And if they don't get it, this is not going to be good. Big revelation or blow-ups. Something could be, released that would, really be harmful for Trump. Could be the end. Yeah. And that could take any form. Like I told you, this tower can mean it could have many different forms of devastation and destruction. And we have murder in the cards here too. We have murder, we have poison, we have all kinds of possibilities how Trump could come to his final end. So that's the threat. So Trump is being threatened right now. It's do or die, man. I feel Trump feels like he is being extorted by someone, right? Could be more than one person. And because of that extortion that he feels, right? Because he feels it's extortion. Although he made these deals, they're bad deals. He's now extremely unpredictable. And there's no telling what he will do. Even the cards can't be sure. Because the pressure and the blackmail, whatever that they have, they're holding over him. The pressure is really intense for Trump right now. Mercante reverse represents a tyrannical person. Could be a boss, a businessman, or a leader of foreign energy. Sometimes it's someone of foreign energy or dark features, or they just have a dark heart. You know, he's reversed right now. So we're talking about the darkness of this energy. Could also represent, and not in a bad way, a black man. So it's telling me that Trump has so much jealousy. He wants what Obama wants. He wants to bring to halt. He wants to kill Obamacare completely. So know that Trump's intentions are to kill Obamacare. He wants to kill it before he leaves office. He wants to ensure that if he leaves behind any legacy, that he killed Obamacare. He wants to get credit for that. Okay, I just want you to know that right now. He wants to take away your health care, which is the Affordable Care Act, that you're all enjoying, by the way, right? Until someone says it's Obamacare, then some of you got a problem with it. He wants to do away with your insurance and your existing condition. He wants to do away with all of that as part of his legacy, what he left behind before he leaves office. And he's determined to make that happen. So is McConnell. Wow, to be married to an Asian woman, Mitch McConnell is very prejudiced. He's very racist. I don't even understand that. The psychology of racism goes deep. It goes so deep. You know, and the damage that it causes, psychological damage and the mental damage that it causes is real and has long-lasting effects. And so you cannot tell me that racism is not a problem in America. It's our greatest problem. The cards are talking about that again. It's the cause of our undermining right now. Is the hatred and the racism. Okay. Where was I? I feel there's loans being called in. Trump is acting. Feels like a victim. He's being extorted. He has his final wish, right? It's his final wish that he's going to try to make happen. This energy could represent Putin or someone else. It's definitely Trump's boss, right? This is a boss energy. It's a tyrannical person. It's a bad boss, an evil leader. Corrupt and ruthless businessman. It's a loan shark. It's a thug. It's a pimp, right? And it's also a lender, right? And they dirty money laundering, that sort of thing. This energy is not to be trusted, and his ruthless tactics are heinous. There's nothing he won't do. Trump received money from Putin, and Trump received money for the Khashoggi kill. So that's MBS too. I just got that. Trump received money for the Khashoggi kill. I don't know if we'll ever find that out, but that's what the cards just told me. Whoa. I didn't know I was going to say that. Whoever this energy is, he feels bound by no laws that he will adhere to. The laws don't adhere to me. And like I said, he's capable of anything. So this is not only, this is who Trump is dealing with. This is who Trump owes money to. And they see the inevitable end coming for Trump. Cannot be avoided or averted at this time. They see it as inevitable. And so they're calling in their loans. And they want full compensation for their agreements. So it's saying that this is also Trump's energy, because this is a businessman who's not good at what he does. He lacks common sense and he makes really bad deals. So this bad move, this bad decision to accept money from these lenders, Trump, is about to blow up in your face, but it's also going to blow up in the collective American face. Sooner rather than later. It's very soon. So it's a big warning. On another layer, there will be more people, what people whom Trump will call disloyalists, leaking to the press or to the public about how chaotic and scary and crazy it is working in the White House right now, with all this, all that's going on, and with Trump having corona. So there's going to be more people leaking information about what that's like or what they experienced. And of course, Trump will be very upset about that. Someone may leak news that, all right, one was trusted not to disclose, and may have had a contract, the NDA, to not disclose it. It may be news about Trump's condition, health condition, back when he had that previous scare. And what I think is going to be released is that Trump may have had some heart attacks or possibly even a stroke, because we have the hangman here, and it's all about the head game here. The hangman and this lightning bolt. So that could be like a stroke energy. So that may be released that Trump did have an episode in the past, a life-threatening situation, and it will be called into attention, how that was handled, because it wasn't handled. So look for that kind of disclosure to come out. That might be one of the revelations that's going to be a real devastating hit for Trump to endure. I feel like this doctor, right? What's his name? Trump's the doctor of Walter Reed, not the Dr. Reed, Walter Reed doctor, but Trump's physician, the one who spoke in front of the doctors at Walter Reed. I think the cards want to talk about him. The cards are saying that this doctor is corrupt. Okay, that he's saying that he gave Trump treatments asked for, or he gave treatments that weren't needed, weren't required. For a price. Wow. Trump didn't really need the treatments that he got. It was all part of a deal. So this is a corrupt doctor. I call him the Speaker of the House doctor. This used to be my Paul Ryan card. And I think he looks like, that doctor looks like Paul Ryan to me, a little bit like Paul Ryan. Very sleazy and unscrupulous. So this doctor, he and Trump are basically saying, I think, to the collective, that Trump may have had a near-death experience, or was near a critical point, and he was saved by this miracle drug, right? That's not fully tested. The cards are saying it's not fully tested, and that there are long-term side effects. The cards say there are long-term side effects because it's not fully tested, right? I do feel like the Regeneron in some sense is effective, but its long-term side effects could prove to be deadly. That's what I'm getting. I see a big rush of people rushing to invest in this drug, and maybe Trump probably has money, and maybe some foreign energies as well, has money tied up in this miracle cure, this miracle drug that saved Trump's life. That's not fully tested and whose long-term effects could be deadly. So people are investing in this, and I feel Trump is tied up in these investments with this drug. And he and this doctor are promoting this drug. That's part of their deal. So maybe the doctor has some investment in this drug as well, so they can both make money. Morte reverse says, it could kill you, so don't believe the hype or the sweet talk. It could kill you. It says its effects linger, right? It may be poisonous to the system. This is a sign of poison. It could still kill Trump if he really did take it. It could kill Trump, could have a negative effect on Trump. Okay, I see some sort of downturn in Trump's health. There's a possibility of a downturn in Trump's health. But it may not be because of Corona. Maybe because of this freaking miracle drug. Wow. Let's talk about Trump. Trump has the Wheel of Fortune and the Sick Man reversed. Amaletta. So the sick man says that something involving Trump, and this could also be the card of health care, okay? We got black male here, so this could be Obamacare being represented in this card. So Trump wants to, he wants to end Obamacare, and he wants to basically start it over. I think he wants to brand his name on it. He wants to just do the same thing, but he put his name on it. He is so insanely jealous of Obama. It's insane. And he doesn't care who he hurts in order to get what he wants. Did I tell you he wants to? I think I already said it, but, you know, I've got my zone music on, so it makes me sometimes forget where I'm at, but it helps me to tune into the cards, too. And I've got it in my earphones, so you guys can't hear it. I think I said it. He wants to, as a legacy, he wants to end Obamacare. The sick man reverse here is telling me he wants to bring it to a complete halt. That's part of what he wants to leave behind before his time comes to a halt. And I do see Trump being brought to a halt as well. That in this card, possibility of Trump being brought to a halt suddenly, sudden halt, right? In some way. It could be that some deal or negotiation that Trump's involved with will be brought to a sudden halt. And the loans that he had that maybe are due up in 4 years, maybe those are suddenly called in. Something is brought to a halt. The deals for a corona relief package could be brought to a halt, right? Killed for the final time. So we'll be forced to wait out and endure this critical time without any aid or benefit. So it's sounding to me like the relief bill doesn't get passed before the election. And but I think I believe I already said that the airlines will possibly get some sort of a deal. There's some corruption in the deal, though. There's some corruption in the deal. Okay. Now, Trump's under real scrutiny here. when you get the Hangman, you know, the Hangman has many, many meanings. It's a very complex card. But one of the things that I always get when I see the Hangman is that someone is acting strange, and it's disturbing, or you just kind of like bend your head and go, what did I just see? You're trying to comprehend what you just saw and make sense of it, sense of what's going on here. And you're also deciding if it's something that you can accept as a norm or not. So psychologically, it's decision time, but there's shock involved, and it takes a moment to realize what you're going to do. It's that pause. It's that moment of shock and pause where you're realizing something ain't right. That's, to me, when I get the Hangman, that's what I think about. And I'm thinking that people are looking at Trump like, something ain't right. Something ain't right about this doctor. Something ain't right about Trump's health situation. And something ain't right about these NDAs. Something ain't right about this Regeneron. And something certainly ain't right about who Trump owes money to. And his friendship, his deals, his connections with Putin and other foreign energies. That ain't right, and people are starting to look at that, right? Maybe the ones still waiting on him, the ones still undecided, maybe they're starting to finally look at that and see that clearly. The ones who were in a daze and are finally, hopefully, waking up. I feel that Trump's mental acuity is coming under direct scrutiny with this card. And everyone will be looking at Trump like, something ain't right. Is this guy well? Is this guy healthy? Is this guy fit? Because he's so changeable and unpredictable, the way, he's so up and down, and he's just looking like he can't do the job. Right? So there's lots of talk about this 25th Amendment and the possibility of that being invoked. That's a possibility, but I don't feel it will happen. There's a stronger possibility. There's a few possibilities here. There's a stronger possibility that Trump could resign in the next week or two. Right? Because the sick man reverse talks about someone who is withdrawing voluntarily. But that could represent taking a break, resting, healing, and recuperating, or it could be resigning from one's work. In this case, I'm hearing the word temporarily resign. Temporarily resign. So, okay, if it's a resignation, if it's a resignation for Trump, then it would be the result of a relapse, because this card can represent a relapse. Someone who was in good condition, not good condition, but in an unhealthy condition, someone who was sick, got better, but is in danger of a relapse. So it could be linked, if Trump resigns, it could be linked to the excuse of the illness and a relapse, okay? Because he's strong now, he's cured, right? So then it could be linked to the excuse of a relapse if he wants to get out of it. Maybe that's what's being offered to him in a deal. Maybe you should do that, Trump. Maybe you should do that, Trump. And that would be one of the causes of this ending and sudden shakeup that we and Trump as together will all be facing in a very short period of time. That might be what it is, or it could be some of the other things that I've said. So if Trump walks away, it'll be due to his illness, but in truth, that's a bunch of bullshit. okay? He just wants to cop out and avoid taking a big hit or a loss. Maybe it's talking about the debates too. But I feel like Mercante is a stronger card of job energy. But something is canceled here, so I think that Trump wants to cancel the debates, and he may even, maybe that's what he's withdrawing from, maybe that's what he's resigning or withdrawing from, or there's a possibility he could be resigning or withdrawing from the presidency. Okay, I can't tell yet. I can't tell. It's one of those two. He wants to delay the election, and he may use a relapse as an excuse to try and delay the election. If this represents someone else resigning, because we had, a couple of weeks ago we saw a death surrounding Trump, and I said that there was a possibility Trump could die, and this section is where all the death cards revealed itself. So it can represent something that could happen to Trump. It could also represent something that could happen to someone else that will have a big impact or an effect on Trump and what he's going through. So there's a possibility of a big resignation coming from someone else that will have a big impact on Trump. Someone else walking away. It's a possibility. If it's someone else resigning, they're resigning because they feel the situation is in jeopardy and there's too much at risk. We could lose it all. The whole country is at stake. So the person would resign for that reason. I'm seeing a disloyalist here. The dog is a faithful friend, someone who's loyal and faithful to you that you can trust. Reversed, it's the opposite, right? So there's a disloyalist here that is clarifying this hangman energy. I think my hangman was like that. So this is someone that Trump once trusted, and they may bring us some eye-opening revelations. Why? Because maybe they feel too much is at stake or is in jeopardy, or maybe they're putting the, I can't think of the phrase. Maybe they're putting the mitts on Trump and they want payback. Maybe they're taking payback, revenge, or they're extorting him for something, and if they don't get it, then it's looking like they're not going to get it, because I feel like someone is going to give us an eye-opening revelation into Trump and into some dealings, into some things that are corrupt. And this is going to cause everybody to look at Trump in a very different way, right? The collective, it will cause the collective to wake up, open your freaking eyes and see. This guy's crazy. He's not well. He's unfit. Maybe it will wake them up, snap them out of it before it's too late. But I feel like they do wake up. However, it is too late to avert bigger dangers that are on their way. They're already set in motion. The wheels are set in motion. Trump caused the wheels to be set in motion. Very soon, we will have a tower moment. And this tower moment can represent attacks from the outside and the inside, foreign adversaries, as well as domestic terrorists, right? The old lady reverse clarifies the tower. The old lady reverse is a gigantic bigot. Okay, her energy is one of racism. Racist ideologies, stinginess, selfishness, regression, wanting to control everything. This is the face of white supremacy and elitism. It's the face of white hatred and white man's greed. So these energies, or groups of people, along with Trump and Putin and Republicans in power, that either are a part of it and are aware of it, either are a part of it or they are aware of it and allowing it to happen. There is possibility of an overthrow, of a revolution. The wheel of fortune is revolution, overthrow, revolution of the system, of the house, of the structure, which is, you know, for me, the country, the democracy, of the government. And these are disloyalists. These are the real disloyalists, right? Trump is trying to turn things around by blaming Obama and Biden and trying to indict them for treason. But I'm sorry, I'm getting off track. There's so much information here, guys. It's like, I'm hoping that you are following what I'm saying. It's not really a fluid story. It's just a bunch of things. But these disloyalists, these overthrowers, Trump, and these white supremacist groups, and there's Republicans who are complicit or a part of it, are the real disloyalists, and they should all be tried for treason, because there is real treachery in this energy that we are, as a collective, in danger of experiencing, about to experience. And it's from without and within our structures of justice, as the cards are saying. This card also represents Trump's energy too. It's telling me that Trump is not of sound mind. He lacks perspective to make good judgments. He's too old, and he's got his not old in like, but old in like the sense that, you know, he's fallen prey to the old disease of loss of mental acuity, and the ability to make good decisions. He's fallen in that category, right? It's saying that this energy has their finger on the nuclear codes. They have their finger on the button. And this energy is really nasty. This energy's motivations are triggered to push the button in some way, to start it all, to make it all pop off. I'm seeing groups of people tearing each other apart, torn apart, acting like crazy, vicious animals, incoherence. And we have to put a halt to this. We have to stop this right now. So, it says Trump's energy. It says Trump will be put a halt to right now in some way, shape, or form. Either the universe is going to do it, or we're going to have to do it. Because we're almost to the conclusion. We're nearing the critical mass, the point of our end. These are the end times for America. Maybe not for the world. Maybe it's not the end of the world, but it's certainly a strong possibility that it's the end of America if we don't stop this right now. We're going to go through some painful times. There will be disruption and destruction in various forms. But what comes out of the ruin and the devastation is up to us. We can either build back better and stronger, and isn't that Biden's slogan, build back better? Or we can totally regress into ignorance, hate, and fear. It depends on whether or not we halt this guy. It depends on who wins the election. That's how important this election is. All right? So that's my reading, guys. I do see a fate change for Trump, but Trump is, the problem is that that's so linked with America and anyone who's American. So, but okay, so he's up now, he's the president, so his fate will change. I feel like Trump is coming down. I feel like Trump is coming down. He's going to be put to a halt in some way, shape, or form. Um, and it could happen in any of the ways I told you. There is a possibility of him dying, but if he dies, it will be because of the medicine that he didn't need to take. There's a possibility, but I don't think that's a strong possibility. There's a possibility of him resigning or walking away with the excuse of the illness and a relapse. There is a possibility of somebody resigning that's really going to influence the outcome of Trump and bring an end. Someone's resignation or withdrawal of support could possibly have a big negative impact on Trump. I don't think I said that before, but I see it now. And then there's a possibility of, what did I say? He walks away, he resigns. There's one more possibility. There's a possibility he could pull the rabbit out of a hat if we don't halt him. I think we will. But he is so dangerous right now. He could really bring us a lot of harm and cause great devastation and much more death. And in ways that, maybe we can't even imagine yet. And there are threats from foreign adversaries, actual physical threats, okay, that we're facing because of Trump. So it's just, I'm not trying to be funny right now. I'm sorry if this reading was disturbing. Just make sure you vote. Got your ballot? Fill it out and send it off. Get out there and vote. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Blessings.